And we are live!
They've won Tonys and Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. There's no red carpet cause they're home in their jammies. From Melrose Place to Broadway to Janeway and her crew. Let Seth and James bring all the stars to you.
Anywho,
they're entertaining everyone, so who's gonna grouse? Just sit right back and you'll hear some tales on Stars in the House.
So got it.
to locate your nearest exit. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Here to welcome people to Broadway Voices Unite is a woman who welcomed people with this very song on Broadway 8 times a week. Miss Carly Hughes, work!
Join us, leave your field to flower. Join us, leave your cheese to sour. Join us, come and waste an hour or two. Journey to a spottic sighting, mystic and exotic. Journey through our anecdotic review. We've got magic to do just for you. We've got miracle plays to play. We've got art to perform, art to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along our way. Story. Each one ends with joy and glory. You'll see Harvest Home LA is the key. Dee-lee-dee. We're pros up here, there's no beginners. We've got a pair of Tony winners. Join us, sit where everybody can see.
Here we go!
We've got magic to do just for you. We've got miracle plays to play. We've got hearts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm. We love Harvest Home LA. Hey. Welcome to the show.
So Harvest Home is a home. It's a place that you learn how to be a mother. It's a safe space to raise your baby.
My first impression of Harvest Home was that it was very inviting, very welcoming. It felt very home-like.
It's a family of women. It's love. It was our home, and it still is.
Before Harvest Home, I was living in my car. I felt very alone. I didn't have very much support, and I didn't really know what healthy relationships look like.
I was overwhelmed with joy that I was going to have my own space for me and my baby to bond after she was born.
I had been sleeping at the beach and in a car, so coming somewhere where I was safe and I didn't have to worry about, you know, if somebody was gonna come knock on the window or if something was gonna happen to me, and just like feeling like I can actually get a good night's rest. And it's just something that I'll always be grateful for.
Part of the daily routine was to, you know, pick out your recipes for the week and not worry about how you're going to get the food to cook because it was there already.
That community that you get from like sitting down at the end of the day and being able to talk to everyone and having that like time together.
The relationships I made with the women here are everlasting. Whether we talk every day or not, we know that we connect on a deeper level that, not even my friends back home and I have.
I really like the group therapies that we did. It allowed me to be able to take a step back and look at my life and see where I want to go, see what habits and what things that I wanted to cut out of my life.
I learned just how to take care of a baby in general, and I got to learn the type of parent that I wanted to be.
I really appreciated the alumni program. I moved out in 2020, kind of when COVID hit. So I was really lucky to have another support system when I had left. And when I left, there were struggles that I faced. I did feel isolated again and alone, but having someone kind of just call you and check in was really, really meaningful. She made sure that I was, stable and okay, had food, had shelter, and, staying in contact with Harvest Home it just means that you still have a place to call home.
If it wasn't for Harvest Home, I feel like I probably would have been still addicted and that I would have lost my children again. And Harvest Home made me strong. I am so thankful for Harvest Home.
Sleeping in a car, I was just like, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to take care of this baby. And I think I would have really just missed out on the blessing of motherhood because I wouldn't have thought that I was capable of it.
Before I had my daughter, I felt like my life was ending. And the moment I came to Harvest Home, I realized that it was just the beginning.
Okay, I need some tissues. Does anybody have a box of tissues? Right off the bat. My name is Merle Dandridge. I am a board member and volunteer here at Harvest Home. Thank you. And I'm joined on the stage by my dear friends, the extraordinary James and Seth. Thanks for coming, you guys.
Of course. Hi, everyone.
We're so excited. I cannot believe it has been over a year since our first concert. Now here we are. We have an exciting night planned for you tonight.
Yes. And part of that is because we're live streaming on Stars in the House right now.
So we're on Stars in the House right now. So people are watching all over the world. It's super late. Our friend Isabel in Germany is probably watching it. It's like 7 a.m. in the morning there. But thank you, people watching all over the world.
And share it.
And share it right now. StarsInTheHouse.com. You're allowed to use your phone right now. And also, you could be donating. We'll give you details on that soon.
That's right. We're thrilled to be here, not just because we're sold out tonight.
That's right.
What?
Yes. But because tonight marks a major milestone for Harvest Home. We're kicking off tonight the 40th year of Harvest Home. 40 years.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Do you believe 40 years was 1985?
Well, it'll be very cool when I finally turn 40. That's a birthday that's making me nervous. But I hope I have a big celebration. What?
Amazing. Okay, so right off the bat, I just want to shout out to this incredible video that you just got to see, and I just want to highlight a couple of things that we saw there. Okay, we saw women being equipped and empowered to transform their lives because Harvest Home is not just a shelter.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thousands of pregnant women experience homelessness each year. And Harvest Home's programs are a vital support. And wait a minute, one minute, Seth, because when Merle and I, and Seth, we had talked about this last year, we did a Zoom, and one of the things I said to Merle was, this hits home for me.
That's right.
Because I was born to a single unwed mom in Dallas, Texas in 1969.
I thought if your mom shared that video, I thought your mom would have needed this.
Yeah, and we were very fortunate because my grandparents took us in, but not everyone is so fortunate.
That's right.
And my grandparents didn't put the stigma on us, on her, and I didn't grow up with that stigma. And that's one of the reasons why when Merle asked us, I said, absolutely we're in.
It hits so close to home.
It
I
hits
think
very
we
close to home.
all know somebody who could have benefited from this.
Yes, so continue, Seth.
Your mom is watching. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Mom.
She's actually a nice mother-in-law. Not, those mother-in-laws that are headaches. She's not. Harvest Home is not just a safe home. It is a lifeline throughout pregnancy and postpartum.
The programs are designed to equip women to flourish by bolstering physical health, mental and emotional health, financial wellness, I could use some of that, parenting, education, and so much more. The programs are deep and they are lasting.
Even after women graduate, they stay connected through the alumni program and receive support and coaching even after they graduate.
So now we have to thank the sponsors.
Yes, a huge thank you. This entire event has been sponsored by Waymo. They are our presenting sponsor. So thanks to Waymo and all the other sponsors that are listed in the program. Because of their support, every dollar given tonight goes directly to Harvest Home. And in addition, yes, let's give a round of applause to that.
Waymo!
That's wonderful. Also, you can text Broadway Voices to 41444. That's right?
Right.
Yes.
You can
Okay.
text. So right now, so if you go to your cell phone, 41444, put in the word Broadway Voices, it'll tell you how to donate so you can match what Waymo is doing. You can up it.
But Waymo is also partnering to give free rides for essential appointments for our mamas and our babies. Isn't that so cool?
Amazing.
Okay, so Merle Dandridge, all of us on the Broadway, we're always asked to support different organizations. Why did you start supporting Harvest Home? Why did you start doing this? What does it mean to you? Go.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Here's my monologue. No. The truth is, Sarah, the executive director, and I were really good friends shout out to Sarah Wilson. We were really good friends in New York, and when I moved out to Los Angeles, she said, well, would you be willing to host a gala? And I was like, yes. And I came, and then I heard the messaging behind it. So I got involved. I started volunteering. I did Thanksgiving meal drop-offs to our alumni. Then I started to do the Secret Santa for adopting families around Christmas time. And that didn't feel like enough, so I started mentoring one-on-one with the women in the house. And last year, one of my mentees who had been out of the house and doing very well, her son had just turned 1, and I got a chance to see them thriving. And unfortunately, we lost her to a domestic violence incident. And it was in that moment that I said, it's time to put our foot on the gas. It's time to give more resources. It's time to get the word farther. And that's how this concert was born. And when I think about the last time that I saw her and her son together, I imagine her constantly encouraging him in the same way that she encouraged me. And this is a song I'd like to sing. Thank you. Come down from the tree. Just open your arms and trust. You know in your heart that one of these days you must come down from the tree. It's easy to feel afraid and hard to give up that safe little nest you've made. When you find something so warm and familiar to cling to, your arms won't let go. You close your eyes to the dark, press your nose to the bark, and hold on. Yes, I know, but down below is where you must be, and what you were meant to do. So hold out your hand and listen to someone who was once in a tree like you. Someone so warm and familiar to cling to and love till you
must learn to fly, and that is why I came down from my tree, and all that I held so dear, when I found my love, the rest of my life was clear. Come down from your tree, come down. I'm
Merle Dandridge, Lillias just yelled beautiful.
Yes.
Next, where's my cards?
Go girl. Those are James's.
Please welcome to the stage the Executive Director of Harvest Home, Sarah Wilson.
Yes, queen.
Center stage, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello, hello.
Sarah, we're all here supporting, come down here. All here supporting Harvest Home. We saw a lot in that video. We're gonna learn more later on. But can you tell everyone here what makes Harvest Home unique in the services they offer? You offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you already touched on and heard so much of it that we are not just a shelter, not just providing those physical needs, but really taking a holistic approach. But I think it even goes deeper and it goes beyond that. The feedback we receive about our program from our residents is that they felt human. They felt like they weren't just someone being helped, that they believed that there was somebody with them that was going to help them move forward and made them feel like there was a reason to keep on living. And so to me, I think that over and above all of the impact and all of the amazing things that we're proud of, the fact that women feel valued, the fact that women feel capable and that they feel believed in and they believe in themselves, it's just a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Yes, absolutely. And to make your point a little bit later, we're going to have an alum who's going to be up here, and I'm going to be talking with her, and she's going to really illustrate everything you just said, because it is a holistic. That was the thing that touched me the most, is it's going to why. It's like, and breaking the cycle that got them here. We all have cycles that we have to break. But Harvest Home is just uniquely, I think, qualified to help them break that. Okay, we talked about the 40 years. What's ahead for the next 40 years?
I mean, 40 years is seeming younger and younger. Is
100%.
that a milestone, really? No, so we are so excited to be in this 40th year. And, you know, a few years ago, 3 years ago, we opened our Pico home, which was a huge, huge milestone for our organization. But there continues to be so much need. And where we are seeing the greatest need right now is for our graduates, is for people like Destiny you're going to meet later that, you know, they are able to stay in our program until their babies are 6 to 9 months old. But when you move out, you got to have a job, you got to have housing, you got to have childcare, all of these things lined up. And so we're starting to dream about, you know, what would it look like to have an apartment building with childcare? And this is 100% a dream. But you know what? I said something about a second home at a gala 10 years ago, and then it happened. So, you know, you got to put it out there.
Yes, that sounds amazing. Yes, Seth.
What are Harvest Home's needs right now?
There you go.
Right now, well, on the screen, you know, I hate to say money, but certainly that is why we are here tonight, is to raise support for Harvest Home. But what I will say is what we need more than anything, and I think what we all need more than anything right now is community. And so we hope that those of you who step into our corner and support tonight don't just give, but that you really join in our mission.
Don't just give, by the way.
Don't just give.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Merle talked.
Text Broadway Voices to 41444 as well as.
Yes.
Merle, I mean, she talked about the ways that she's volunteered as a mentor, and there's so many ways to get involved in that way, and I do hope that you will all check us out in that way. But we do have a very exciting challenge match this evening, a $25,000 challenge match. We had two amazing supporters supporters who stepped up and said, we want to make Broadway Voices Unite the best possible night. And so they are donating dollar for dollar, matching up to $25,000.
Amazing.
So there's a QR code in your programs or up on the screen. Yeah. And you guys talked about the sponsorships, Waymo. I mean, every single dollar goes directly to our programs because this night was supported through Waymo and through your ticket sales. I am looking at my watch here because I did get a live update that we have already raised $3,000.
Wow! Just 2 songs.
Exactly.
That's $400 per note. So Broadway Voices 41444, the live stream people, or you can just be scanning this. I'm gonna go to the piano because I gotta play soon.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, I want to welcome to the stage a dear friend of mine who was in the Pasadena Playhouse, of Little Night Music with me.
Queen.
Please welcome to this stage the incredible Kim Dawson.
Okay, Kim's about to sing with some sassy backup people we're gonna introduce later. But just so you know, I'm so obsessed with Kim's voice, and she's singing this high belting song, up a step. Just wanted to tell you that. Here we go.
Looking out on the morning rain.
1, 2, go.
Oh, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, oh, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Now, when my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me, what you done to me, made me feel so good inside, good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel.
Kim Davis, those are all F's to a G. F to a G. F to a G. Unbelievable. If I only knew what was next. Oh, I think it's a video, maybe? Oh, it's Rachel. Oh, this is so exciting. Do you want to bring out an angel, or are we going to wait for the angel? Okay, you're going to wait right here. I'm bringing out a I want to say triple threat, but a quadruple threat because the comedy on top of it. Please welcome the brilliant Miss Rachel Bloom. Come on out, Miss Dear.
Hello.
So this brilliant woman, I just texted her. I'm like, would you help out this cause? She's like, okay. So you have this hilarious show that's called Death, Let Me Do My Show. And, this is about women being pregnant, and you gave birth, and...
Did you watch it? You didn't even watch it yet.
Here's the deal.
I promise you. This show, first of all, it's called Death Let Me Do My Special because it's on Netflix now.
Well, so Let Me Do My Show was off-Broadway,
of course.
Dick.
So I did it off-Broadway for 2 years.
Right.
He didn't come
It
once.
was not for
Actually,
2
no, it
years.
wasn't 2 years. I'm sorry. It was like 3 months. So that's
Right.
way different.
There's a long
But
story.
no, I'm sorry. But I was doing it in and out of New York for a couple years. And now it's freely available on arguably the most popular. I don't care.
You don't?
I don't really care. I'm just saying, if it were the opposite,
I'd be
you'd
devastated
you'd
and
be
furious.
sad.
No, I'd be sassing
You're already upset about the confusion that.
That's
Yep,
off
okay.
mic.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill you. The point is, she apparently wrote a show that apparently exists. My point is, it's about the fear of death, and the point is she gave birth, and she's combining this death with the birth, and she was like, is this song too dark? And I was like, no, because everybody identifies, am I right?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay.
It's the death with the birth, and
She also wrote a TV show called Kooky Ex-Wife, which is apparently wonderful, which
Yeah.
I've got to see one day. Got to see it.
I'm thrilled to be here. And so Seth had texted me, and he was like, do you have any songs about motherhood? And I was like, well, I am a mother. In fact, my daughter is just off stage here. She'll come on at the end of this song, which for reasons that'll become clear. And I'd like to say that I brought her here in the spirit of the organization, but really it's because my husband wanted to watch Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
God.
See where our priorities lie. Anyway, so I gave birth to my child in late March 2020. Yeah, fun. Right here in Los Angeles. And so we're in the thick of the early part of the pandemic, and then she is born with breathing problems, so she's in the NICU. And she was in the NICU for 5 days, and when she came home, theoretically, she was fine. They said everything was okay. But the thing is, even if you don't have a child in the NICU during a once-in-a-century global pandemic, you are told when you have a newborn that anything can harm them. Literally anything, especially now. You look at pictures of babies in the 50s, by the way, and it's like they're smoking a cigarette, they're holding a scotch. But for some reason now, everything can hurt them. And so when I got my daughter home, even though I knew she was okay, I knew here, I couldn't unsee the NICU. I couldn't unsee the breathing tube and the ventilator and the IV, and I kept thinking anything can hurt her, anything can hurt her. So while I was singing her lullabies at night, I really wanted to sing this. Here you are, in my arms, so small and frail. Here you rest on my chest, helpless and pale. On your forehead I plant a sweet kiss. We're a mural of maternal bliss. I love you so much I could cry. Now hush, go to sleep, and please don't die. When you sleep, it's so sweet, you slumber with grace. And when I can't see your chest rise, I scream in your face, hey, wake up, be alive! Newborn horses can trot, turtle hatchlings can swim, which is how turtle mommies have time for the gym. Birds pop out of their eggs and start learning to fly, but you're not a falcon, so please don't. That's falcon for die. It also means twig. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. unless it's to say that a strand of hair has somehow become wrapped around your toe, and it's cutting off your circulation, and then the toe turns blue and we call 911, and your whole foot has to be amputated. It's a real thing called hair tourniquet syndrome, so hush, little baby, unless you have that. Checklist: crib is bare, no toe hair, your swaddle's not bad. Though I know if you were to go, I just blame your dad and it would dissolve our marriage. It's not just your dying that fills me with dread, but the feeling I'd had if you ever got dead. Balloons shouldn't say it's a boy or it's a girl. They should say it's a thing that will ruin you forever if it stops. I will do what it takes to keep you alive. Even if it kills me, I'll make you survive. If you suffocate, you're grounded, so don't even try. And you just fell asleep, so please don't die. Please don't. This is hell.
That was it? One more.
Thank you. She wanted to dance the whole time I was singing that song, and you could see how that would have been eerie. Thank you. Have a good night.
Bravo! Still got it.
My mother had me very, very young, and she then went on to unfortunately have a lot of issues with addiction. My father was in and out of prison for most of my life, so my relationship with him was through prison letters. I also experienced being in and out of the foster care system due to the situation. I know that being a foster care kid, once you age out of the system, you kind of feel left on the side of the road by everybody, unfortunately. I was living in Michigan when my mom passed away a couple years ago, and I came back to help one of my little sisters because she was in an abusive relationship. Even though I was paying rent, she was not paying the rent, and I had no idea. So we got a 60-day eviction notice, and that changed everything. And it was literally probably 2 months before I found out I was pregnant. Then I didn't even have a roof. I didn't know where I was showering the next day, how I was getting food. So it became like this kind of snowball of grief and trauma turning into actual physical danger. It became very scary very quickly, and I think at first I was in shock, and I was working 2 different jobs. I was literally trying my hardest to rebuild after being left in a very sticky situation that wasn't of my doing. I was curled up in a ball trying to get over the fear of this time of being pregnant. But then I knew I had to do something, and I reached out to one of my other little sisters who helped me find resources. When I first walked into Harvest Home, I felt at home. It didn't feel like an institution or a shelter. It felt comfortable and like I was a human being and not just someone being helped. So the first time I saw my room, it was huge. I was not expecting to have my own room for one, but to have such a massive space that would be my own. It was one of those things that you don't realize what the small luxuries are until you regain them. I think Harvest Home services are critical because the safety and the comfort, number one. You definitely need to be able to think straight. And I think that coming into the program, they give you that space to do so. Once you reach PICO, it's more focused on building. So whether that be a job or school or, again, housing as the next step, it's finding advisors that can help you with each question it's also the mental health part of it. And I think that's one of the biggest things that doesn't get talked about when you're in a traumatic situation is that yes, I need a job, yes, I need a house, but if I can't think straight and sort out the trauma that led me to this position, then I'm not going to be able to not only stabilize, but continue to keep that foundation that I'm building. My favorite part of being a Harvest Home resident was building my community. And now what I have is I built a village here, and I think that that's one of those things that is not only rare in any situation, but especially for people going through trauma or going through any type of hard situation in life. To be able to reach out and have a bond that I do now, like we have a little mommy group chat and we're all neighbors, and I think even if we move away, it's going to still hold itself together, and I think that is one of the most incredible things I was given here is my community that has lived well beyond it, and I hope continues while my child grows up. Orion, he's my whole existence now, and I wouldn't have been able to do it safely without Harvest Home.
Wow. Good news, I hear we are $9,000 toward our $25,000 match. So please keep texting Broadway Voices to 41444. Anybody here seen CW's The Flash?
Yes, Queen. Well, I did, because that's Grant Gustin and Carla. I love it.
Okay, thanks, Seth.
Well, I'm the only one that's answering. The Flash, guys, it's a hit show. Thank you.
Anybody seen Hadestown?
Yes.
So I recently got the privilege of playing Persephone on Broadway, and my Persephone's transformational journey was informed so much by watching this gentleman's journey as Orpheus. The extraordinary Carlos Valdes.
Here we go. 2, 3, 4.
Come on out, baby.
Well, love's got a hold on me, and it won't let go. 'Cause it's the real thing, babe, I just want you to know that I love you all the way, more and more each day. And I love to hear you say, well, love's got a hold on me too. I know it's true. I get that funny feeling just from being close to you. And when I listen to your heartbeat, not another sound so sweet. Won't you please, 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 now baby, come on, hold my hand. And we climb the highest mountain, and we sail the 7 seas. Yeah, nobody was with us at the top of the world in love and running free. Baby, I'm on fire, and it feels so good to have this warm desire, just like a sweet loving lover should, who's really got somebody that he can make love to. Or won't you say I wanna stay, pretty mama, let me stay forever with you, be right here with you, beside you till the end. You kiss your eyes and cast away your troubles to the wind. And I love you for my life, let me take you for my wife. Come on, mama, please hold my hand. And we climb the highest mountain, and we sail 7 seas. And nobody was with us at the top of the world in love and running free. I can see the love light shining, just like a rainbow in your eyes. I can see your love light shining, shining, shining.
Listen to your heartbeat.
Like a rainbow, just like a rainbow. Listen to your heartbeat. I can see your love light shining, just like a rainbow in your Thank you.
Carlos and our backup divas. Yes, queens.
To this Hadestown reunion with the legendary Lillias White.
Oh, yes.
What a privilege to share the stage with you all.
It's great. It's great to see this guy again. And I saw her. She was fantastic as Persephone.
Okay, just 2 questions. Spoiler alert, but Carlos, what's it like doing a show where the ending that happens to your character it's maybe not a happy ending, it's devastating. How do you do that 8 times a week and not leave and be like, I'm completely depressed? Go.
I did leave and was completely depressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's part of the job. Really.
God, is it a downer? And Lillias White, we saw your opening night, and all I want to do is I want to be on Broadway, then I want to go backstage and have fun. The whole time you're singing, and then when you're not singing, you have to be completely focused. Are you like, tonight I will order from Hunan Balcony, I'm getting wonton? Are you thinking about other stuff? Because you were so focused.
I was focused because I had a lot of words to say, and I had cues that were sometimes very confusing because, it was just a lot. So I was very focused, except when I really got relaxed into it. Then I was thinking about what I was going to have for dinner.
Okay, so I was right on both counts.
Hey,
Okay,
Seth,
yes, dear.
We can't, because we're streaming this on Stars in the
Oh,
House.
yes.
We
my camera?
and all the people here have been on it, but Carlos, I have to say, is probably on one of the top 5 of money raised for the Entertainment Community Fund.
And most views.
And most views, and that's because we had the Flash.
The Flash.
Reunion.
Thank you, Carlos. You raised a lot of money for the Entertainment Community Fund.
So shout out, Carlos.
Shout out. Thank you.
What about the Dreamgirls reunion?
But the Dreamgirls reunion, because we did a Dreamgirls concert on Broadway, and that raised over $1 million for the Entertainment Community Fund. So Lillias, you also get a shout out. Just want to say so.
Well, Lillias, you were on the show so many times too. My gosh.
That's true. So how much money did I raise?
Can you talk about this off mic? Okay.
All right, I'm going to take Carlos for a catch-up. Let's
Yes.
go then.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Seth.
Legendary
Thank you.
Tony winner, Lillias White.
Yes.
So after Lillias won her Tony, the other really exciting thing she got to do was right after Broadway shut down, after whatever that was, 2 years, whatever it was, a year and a half, she got to come back to Broadway. Lillias, what was it like doing your first performance in Chicago after being in total lockdown? What the hell was that like?
It was a little terrifying because I looked out to a sea of people with masks on.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't see their faces really. I couldn't see their smiles or their tears or their laughter. I could hear them, but I couldn't see them. And it was really strange because, we're not used to that on the Broadway stage. On any stage, we're used to seeing your face. We want to see your eyes, your face. We want to see you smile. We want to see you go, oh, she's no good. Yeah, she stinks. But we want to see you.
Yeah.
So that was a little strange.
Well, what the hell was the audience like? Did they freak out?
No,
back?
they were so geeked to be back in the theater.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that we love as performers, is to see you happy. That's why we do it. And to see people just so enthusiastic and so enthused and moved that we were back on stage. It was great.
Yeah, so the hint is, you better be enthusiastic tonight because she's watching you. So she was in Chicago as Mama Morton, and we have someone else that started in Chicago as the sassy Velma Kelly. She was on the right side of history when she was a cop, and then she was on the wrong side when she was a criminal. Please welcome Sharon Lawrence.
Sharon!
Hey, girl!
Yes. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Before
Hi, Seth.
these two sing, I have to say, I got my equity card in 1993. Doing Fiddler on the Roof and La Mirada. I lived here in LA for 9 years. And Sharon Lawrence, you know that I was in Fiddler on the Roof with you. I was in the ensemble. But what you don't know is what a big influence you had on me as a performer.
Aww.
Because not only did I watch you on the side every show, I'm gonna sound like a stalker in a second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But you had just done the second to last episode of Cheers.
Yes,
Right? And so I was like, oh my God, she was just on Cheers. She also left for a couple of days, and my friend Amy Greenberg filled in for you because she went to go shoot the pilot for NYPD Blue. Yeah. But Sharon, what Sharon did for me, because I grew up in Texas, I had still not gone to New York. What you did for me was you provided me the opportunity to know that this was possible. And I kind of feel like that's what Harvest Home is also about, is like showing people who don't otherwise know that there's a possibility to get on the other side, that's why we're all here. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, thank you for the great memory and how lucky I feel, not just to have been able to fulfill both loves, whether it's stage or screen, but to be able to join in community like this, to serve something that is so exciting. 40 years of this service, that's remarkable. 40 years of a nonprofit, and it's because you all care and you keep showing up. So thank you for inviting me.
Great.
Of course. Okay.
Okay,
Here we go.
Recreate a song.
And yet,
the whole world's gone lowbrow. Things ain't what they used to be.
they sure ain't, Mama. Huh. They sure ain't. It's all gone. Whatever happened to fair dealing and pure ethics and nice manners? Why is it everyone now is a pain in the ass? Whatever happened to class?
Class.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to please, may I, and yes, thank you, and how charming. Now every son of a bitch is a snake in the grass. Whatever happened to class? Class.
Oh, there ain't no gentleman to open up the doors.
There ain't no ladies now, there's only pigs and whores. And every kid will knock you down so they can pass.
Nobody's got no class. It's true. Whatever happened to old values
and fine morals
and good breeding?
Now no one even says oops when they're passing their gas. Whatever happened to class?
Class. Oh, there ain't no gentleman that's fit for any use. And any girl will touch your privates for a deuce.
And even kids will kick your shins
and even kids will kick your shins and give you sass. Nobody's got no class. All you read about today is rape and theft.
Jesus Christ, ain't there no decency left?
Nobody's got no class.
Everybody you watch
has got his brains in his crotch. Holy crap.
Holy crap.
What a shame.
What a shame.
What became of class?
Sharon Lawrence and Lillias White recreating Broadway. Those are their roles. Brava! Still got it, ladies.
Divas, yes! Oh my gosh, that is a dream to be in the same room with women like that, isn't it? They're extraordinary. Okay, I have a little treat for you. The very first time I was on this stage was with a dear friend of mine that I have known a long time now, and it was to do a live event in 2014 for, I don't know, a game. Has anybody heard of The Last of Us? Has anybody heard of The Last of Us? This gentleman, one of my favorite scene partners of all time, and I still remember my audition for Marlene was opposite his Joel. He created the character of Joel that was then made even more famous in the HBO series. But this gentleman, Troy Baker,
Yes.
is an extraordinary talent, and I am honored to welcome him back to the Broad stage. Troy.
Yo, yo, Troy. Okay, I saw that.
Don't
Merle.
die. Don't die. I need you. Very briefly, you guys honored me last year by having me out, and I'm delighted to be back here again with you. I am your resident odd duck. I've only been in a Broadway theater as a patron, never on the stage. So I am humbled to be sharing the same space as people. And also, this year's a little bit different for me because I get to bring the most important person in the world to me to show him the power of community and the power of love and the power of music. So my son's here with me too.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. There you go. That's my dog. This is a simple song that means a lot to me. I hope you like it. Seth, take it away.
I just have to brag for 2 seconds. He literally wrote out every chord I played. He's like, hey, try this chord instead. He's a brilliant musician. And he begins 2 octaves below B. Arthur, and then at the end is like belting high Billy Joel. Your range is crazy, and so is your musicianship.
I tried to discover a little something to make me sweeter. Babe, refrain from breaking my heart. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever true. That should give no reason why you make me work so hard. That should give me no. So I hear you calling, baby, please give a little respect to me. And if I should falter, would you open your arms out to me? We can make love, not war, and have peace in our hearts. 'Cause I'm so in love with you, and I'll be forever blue. So what religion or reason would drive a man to forsake his lover? So don't you tell me no. So I hear you calling, baby, please send a little respect to me. Thank you.
Right? The 2 octave range. I can't. Sure.
Stunning. Has anybody seen the alternate ending to The Last of Us where Troy and I did the musical version? Has anybody seen that? YouTube it. It's worth it. And there's a version on this stage as well. Next, has anybody seen a musical called Rent? Thanks, Seth.
Because Merle was in it on Broadway. She's trying to brag. Work.
First of all, no, I'm the next guest who is going to be coming out. We have a saying amongst people who have done Rent fam for life, and that is true. I first joined the show in 2001, 2002, and around that time, and those people are still my closest friends right now. And Carly Thomas Smith is one of those people, as well as her husband, Jacques Smith, who also, I think he replaced Tay on Broadway as Benny. That part. I feel like we should do the whole show.
Yes.
It's a good one. Okay. La Viva, God. Carly is an extraordinary vocalist, a dear friend of mine. You've probably also seen her in Jersey Boys.
Yes, Queen.
And her resume is vast. Welcome to the stage, please, Carly Thomas Smith.
Ooh, that got me off a cliff, all those memories.
I requested high belting, and Carly's going to deliver.
Yes. Who needs money? Not me. Who needs fortune or fame? I don't need a new career, a sympathetic ear, a name. All I need is time to play. Only want the game. Point me to the mic. I know what I like. Don't you wanna be the life of the party? Don't you wanna be the cream of the crop? Don't you wanna feel those shivering fits till someone calls it quits or someone calls a cop? Don't you wanna land the role of a lifetime? Well, you better get down on one knee, 'cause you could play the life of the party if you can pray with me. Ooh, 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 ooh. Who needs lovers? Not I. Who needs heaven above? Don't have time for things unsaid, for baking bread, for love. All I need is room to fight, hand in fist and glove. Point me to the sky. It's my turn to fly. Don't you wanna be the life of the party? Don't you wanna be the top of the heap? This is where the jamboree never ends. Why not be counting friends instead of counting sheep? If you want to join the heavenly choir, hurry up and get yourself in line. But don't you pass the life of the party until you pass the wine. Let the drinks pour, let the crowds roar, let the heavens wildly cheer, till the sunrise brings the goodbyes. I'll be here, never fear. Oh, who's it gonna be? The love of the party. Who's it gonna be now? The king of the hill. Don't you wanna be there running the show until it's time to go or till it's time to kill? Don't you ever wanna be somebody to envy? Don't you wanna be footloose and free? Well, you could be the life of a party if you were like me. Thank you.
Carly Thomas Belt.
Lucky enough for you?
Yes, Queen. Holy crap. The next thing I do is I stand up here. Hi. Wait. Is there a video? Or I'm supposed to chat first, aren't I? Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, so Harvest Home, you know, it's for women, and hey. And quite frankly, women have been oppressed for a long time, and we wanted to have a song about oppression, but we wanted to mix it in with Broadway. So we thought we'd bring, oh, gosh, you know what? That piece of paper is missing. No joke, so guess what? You're fired. So, unless you want to give it to me, here, bring it over, bring it up. So, Merle, can you get off stage? You're upstaging me. Thank you. It's for me, not to Merle. Hi, guys. So we wanted a song of oppression, and we wanted it to be Broadway. So here to sing about what oppression was like 300 years ago is someone that always insists in his writer to have this be his introduction. 3, 4.
Silence, a message from the king, a message from the king, a message from the king.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 da. You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject, my sweet submissive subject, my loyal royal subject, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise. And I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will make you text Broadway Voices to 41444. I can see you at home, do it right now. To remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Da 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 ya da. Da 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 ya da. Da 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 da. Da 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 ya da. Da da da. Everybody. Da 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 da. Da 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 ya da. Da 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 ya da. Da 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 da. Da 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 ya da.
All right, Rory, stay right here for a second. Yes. I don't want to take away. Come on.
It's the Burger King crown, isn't it?
So I was talking to Rory a few minutes ago, and he was like, what are we going to talk about? And I said, well, we're going to talk about something I think is really important. I know Merle wants us to talk about that, and that is to thank all of our friends who say yes. It's like people are always like, how do you know?
Yes.
Lillias, I mean, my God, the number of benefits, and then there were people that we didn't know that Merle was like, they're going to say yes. And Rory is one of those people. And 8 years ago, and because Rory may remember this story, literally, it may have been like 8 years ago today, we did a Pride concert for our concert series called Concert for America. And we did it in San Francisco.
Right.
And we had a lot of drag queens, and we had Alan Cumming, and that's right, drag queens. Yes. That's right.
Shoshana Bean.
And Shoshana Bean, and Jane Lynch, and Kate Flannery. I mean, my God, there was so many people. And we were like, and I said to Seth, Seth, Hamilton is in town. Rory's here.
Down the street.
It was down the street.
Yeah.
But you had...
we had a show.
You had a show.
We had to actually do Hamilton that night.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what if I start the show?
Yes!
So I performed in the concert, then ran to Hamilton to perform in Hamilton.
Isn't that amazing?
Guys, I'm only in 20 minutes of Hamilton. It's not that big of a deal.
But we were so excited that you did it.
I am so grateful to you all and to everybody who does these concerts. It gives us a new sense of purpose as artists to be able to do what we love for good causes. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Rory. Thank you.
Bye, Rolla.
Okay, so we promised an alum of Harvest Home, so I'm very happy to welcome to the stage Destiny Prescott.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi.
I told Destiny before the show started, I said, because there's an amazing Instagram video that you made that's basically of your life. It's like a bio of your life, and I watched it 3 times, and I kept watching it because it so exemplifies your resilience and your courage and your honesty. That I said to Seth, I said, you're not going to interview Destiny. I want to talk to you myself. So can you tell everyone who hasn't seen the video, basically what was your life like before Harvest Home?
Yeah, so right before coming to Harvest Home, I had been sleeping in a car and at the beach. I was pregnant. It had been very unstable prior to then, and that was kind of like the turning point, finding out I was pregnant, that brought me to Harvest Home.
One of the things that really struck me in the video, because I actually took notes after a while, and I'm going to put on my glasses, because these are important points, because I think it's not just you, I think it's probably everyone who lands at Harvest Home, but I think also gives people watching who weren't in your position, but have been in other situations. You said, I grew up in chaos.
Yeah.
And your parents were addicts, and your mantra was kind of F it.
Yeah.
And yet, the thing that really struck me, well, I don't want to lead the witness, but you talked about it in the video, was that you didn't want to be like your mother.
Right. I mean, just my family in general has like generation and generation of women who just really didn't step into a motherhood role. And I never seen that modeled for me, so it was kind of having the idea that I'm gonna also fail at this. It didn't even strike me that like I could be a good mom. You know, I could actually show my daughter a different way or break that, cycle that had continued for so long.
Put your mic a little bit closer, like
Sorry,
like
okay,
you're a
so
rock star.
like I'm gonna kiss it, okay, got it.
Exactly. And then you found Harvest Home, and when you moved in, it's not like, oh, I'm at Harvest Home, everything is gonna be all good. Because you went in with feelings that you talked about of like guilt and shame.
Yeah, and definitely like I was, my daughter is my biggest blessing, but it came after a time of grief. It came as a result of a lot of poor decisions and, addiction and that. So it's like when I was pregnant with my daughter, I felt ashamed. I felt like there's absolutely no way that I'm gonna be able to show up for her in the way that I should be able to as a parent. Like this was not on my list of things.
Right.
And so it's like, I didn't even know how to show up for myself. How am I going to show up and show a child away? You know, I was 19 at the time. It just, yeah.
And you started going to the classes there, as Merle was talking about at the beginning. But there was one part of your story that really struck me, and that was you became friends with someone there, and who came from a different environment than you.
Right.
And who said to you what?
Yeah, that I had an issue. And she basically told me, like, the way I was growing up wasn't normal. Like,
yes, it wasn't normal, because when you grow up in that kind of environment, you just sort of think it's normal to have parents that you can't depend upon and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. And so she, like, kind of opened my eyes, and I started being like, oh, like, there's a different way to live. Like, I have a choice. I can, like, definitely pivot the way things have been, because there is, I'm sorry, but there is just definitely another opportunity for me, and I didn't know that before. Right. It's like when you're growing up like that, you kind of think it's normal, and it sounds insane to think like drugs, not having electricity, not having clean clothes, like you think that like that's just regular, but it's like that's what I'm around all the time. And up until coming to Harvest Home and like meeting people who were showing me, no, people have households where you eat 3 meals a day, and you're not like, your parents don't put drugs in front of you, and you know, so.
And it seemed to me from your experience there that what Harvest Home gave to you was the ability to know deep inside that you could break the cycle.
Absolutely.
So tell, I mean, you did the classes, but how did they help you break the cycle?
I mean, the one that stands out the most to me is the Safe People class at the time. That just taught me how to identify like safe people in my life and recognize that the people I had been around were not that. Yoga is something that like little kids in the hood don't grow up doing yoga. So it was like, that was like, I got introduced to yoga and like making that a part of a practice with my daughter and like self-regulating, just like communication and just the parenting classes in general. I had no idea, like one, I didn't even think I was capable of being a good mother, a mother in general. And like, they taught me the type of parent I wanted to be just by like reading these books. And I'm like, oh, I want my daughter to have that. I want her to have these tools. I want her to have that chance. I want her to have that opportunity. So the resources that they provided me helped me like slowly come up with the idea of the mom that I wanted to show up as.
Well, yeah, because you didn't want your baby to grow up in the chaos that you grew up in.
Exactly.
And that's what Harvest Home helped you realize. So you're now, skip to, is it 6 years later?
She's 8.
8 years later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
8 years later, and you're actually on the board of directors.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
So.
Not And what is your life like now, 8 years later?
I mean, it's completely different. I think it's like, it's such a blessing to me when people meet me and they have no idea the things that I've been through, or wouldn't even imagine like, oh, that's a part of your story? Because I get to show up as like who I've grown into as a result of like the things Harvest Home has taught me. Definitely staying connected afterwards, being invited to join the board, volunteer opportunities, and just the way that they continue to pour into women. And now being on the other side as a part of the board, I get to see the thought and the care that really goes into that, which makes me so proud to be a part of this organization, because it's like, it's not just people like, oh, let's like get these little homeless women and like do this. They're like really sitting there and like, how are they gonna feel about this? When we make these changes, you know, how is that gonna come off to the people who are residing in the house? And it's just such a level of care and love that you really don't see at a lot of places.
Another reason to do that match, all right? So if you haven't donated, please donate. And before you leave, Destiny, you have someone you want to introduce to everyone?
Yeah, I'm gonna come on.
Yeah!
You wanna say hi? Hi!
Thank you, Destiny. Oh my gosh. So Seth, yes, we have like we said, a lot of friends that we ask, and really, if people are available, they say yes. And our next guest is one of them.
He's one of my favorite Broadway performers, but now James and I, every night to cheer ourselves up, we watch his TV shows. I became obsessed with his voice in the 80s, and we're obsessed with his comedy. Please welcome the lovely Mr. Jason Alexander.
Jason!
Hi.
Jason, we watch you every night.
We do.
We in the times that we're living in, we're like, Seth, because what are we going to watch at night? And we've seen episodes of Seinfeld, but we haven't watched them together,
Yes,
actually. We've been together 18 years.
We didn't quite watch the show when it was on, so now we watch it every night. It cheers us up, even though his character's sort of a downer. But it cheers us up. It doesn't always work out for you, dear.
It doesn't always work out for me.
Just trying to be nice.
Okay. We're on season 8, Seth. I think by now you know it doesn't work out.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out.
So before we go into this song, by the way, which FYI, Jason put together with my friend Alex Ryback. He came up with this really great arrangement. Jason, would you just tell people that great theater Chita Rivera story in honor of Chita, who performed here when
the one where she became my role model for life? Is that the one?
Yes, the one where she became your role model for life.
Okay, it takes a minute, so I'll pick on. It's one of my favorite stories. So in 1984, I was a 24-year actor cast into the ensemble of a Broadway show called The Rink, written by Kander and Ebb and Terrence McNally, and starring two kind of wannabe ladies, Chita Rivera and Liza Minnelli. And both ladies, absolutely extraordinary, and I can't begin to... the amount that I learned from the both of them, and they were both extraordinary. But Chita in particular. So the show was written by John Kander and Fred Ebb with the explicit purpose of winning Chita Rivera a Tony Award. She had not yet won a Tony Award. How does that
believe
happen?
that?
And they wanted to give her the role that would put it over the top. And it's a mother-daughter story, and Chita was going to be the star, and, you know, they were going to get a good journeyman Broadway actress to play the daughter, and suddenly it was Liza Minnelli. And saying nothing about Chita, but the buzz was the return of Liza Minnelli to the Broadway stage. So suddenly it was a Liza event. I watched Chita navigate that whole thing with love and grace and gratitude that Liza was her partner. That was the beginning of the story. Now, there was a policy that if either of the ladies were out, missed a performance, the audience could get a refund or they could get a ticket exchange to come back another night. Chita never misses a show.
Old school.
But Liza was out several times during the course of our run. And on this one particular night, the stage management took a look at the number of people in the house. We were at what was then the Martin Beck Theater, which was about a 1,300 seat theater. And they came to Chita's room and they said, Chita, honey, there's about 100 people out there. And we don't want to make you do this. So, you know, we can cancel the show for tonight and just call it a night. And Chita says, we were the boys. There were 6 gentlemen in the ensemble of the thing. She said, okay, if we cancel the show, will the boys lose a percentage of their salary for the week? Because it's only 7 shows. And the stage manager went, yeah, they would. So she said, okay, call the boys down. So we all went down to Chita's dressing room, and she said, here's the situation, Liza's out, there's 100 people in the audience. Management has said, we don't have to do this, we can go out, we can go, she had her own restaurant, we'll go to the restaurant, I'll buy dinner, we'll have a great time, we'll celebrate, and we'll call it a night. But you will lose 1/8 of your salary. And we're like, She goes, or the wonderful Mary Testa had just become Liza's understudy, but Mary knew the role, but she had never even had a put-in rehearsal. She had never been on the stage. So Chita says, or we could use the night as a put-in for Mary. She'll do the show, you know, no harm, no foul, just a small audience. They'll be very supportive of her. We'll set it up so it's that way. And then we can go out to the restaurant and have a celebratory dinner for Mary and all of us, and you guys won't lose anything. What would you like to do? So we went, yeah, let's do Mary. Let's have the Mary show, right? So she's like, great, that's what we'll do. But we were notorious for fooling around in that show. We had a good time with ourselves on that stage, and the ladies were very much a part of that. And as we were going out, the six of us were like, oh, we're going to screw around tonight. And Sheeta must have seen that devil in our eyes, and she stopped us and she said, boys, the 100 people that stayed. Give them our show. And what got me was that in this moment, when this magnificent, legendary Broadway star was suffering the humiliation of not being good enough for the audience to stay, that only 100 people stayed, and what that must do to someone's ego after a lifetime of work that she put out, her first consideration was for her colleagues, and her second consideration was for her audience. And I thought, if I am ever lucky enough to have a career of any note, I hope to live by the standards that that woman showed me tonight. She knows what's important, she knows what's right, and I told her that story 50 times, and I tell it anywhere that anybody asks. Chita Rivera was a goddess.
Jason, that's so
Thank you,
beautiful.
Jason.
So well said.
All right. If about 400 of you would like to leave now, that's fine. You will find that the better singers have been on the stage already.
It's not true.
They just, they saved the bald guys for the end. Yeah, so when they asked me to sing something, I didn't know what to sing, what would be right. And I was actually talking to friends of mine who have been devastated by the fires. Hopefully that's not too many of you here, but we all certainly know somebody who's been devastated by the recent fires. And I was just looking around and thinking about what's going on out there with ICE and, you know, our friends and our communities out there and what happens, you know, for this wonderful organization. And there's a lot of trouble out there in the City of Angels. And I remembered this song, and I paired it with another song, and we'll see how it goes. I've sung it one time, and it didn't go well. So we'll see if it... Now, I've worked for two Stevens in this business. The first time I heard this vamp, if it was Sondheim, it would go, it started out like a song. We started quiet and slow. But it's not that Steven.
It's the other Steven.
It's the Schwartz Steven. Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope, one pale thin ray, reaching for the day we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. We don't need alabaster, we don't need chrome, we've got a special plaster. Take my hand, I'll take you home. We'll see nations rise in each other's eyes. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Oh, yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build, we can build. Gonna build a mountain from a little hill. I'm I'm gonna build a mountain, at least I hope I will. I'm gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna build it, I only know I'm gonna try. I'm gonna build a daydream from a little hope. I'm gonna push that daydream right on up that mountain slope. Gonna build a daydream, gonna see it through. I'm gonna build a mountain and a daydream, gonna make them both come true. I'm gonna build a heaven from a little hell. I'm gonna build a heaven, and I know darn well if I build my mountain with a lot of care and take the daydream up the mountain, heaven will be waiting there. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up beaten and battered, or we can finally start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city, not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man, a city of man, a city of man.
First time, Jason. Still got it. A 1, 2, 3.
Wash out 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging on the line. I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts before you can count from 1 to 9. I can scoop up a great big dipper full of lard from the drippings can. Throw it in the skillet, go out and do my shopping and be back before it melts in the pan. 'Cause I'm a woman, a W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again.
I can rub and scrub this old house until it's shining like a dime. Feed my baby, grease the car, and powder my face at the same time. Get all dressed up, go out and swing till 4 a.m. and then lay down at 5, jump up at 6 and start all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. If you come to me sickly, you know I'm gonna make you well. If you come to me hexed up, you know I'm gonna break the spell. You know, if you come to me hungry, I'm gonna fill you full of grits. But if it's loving you lacking, I'll kiss you and give you the shivering face. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I say it again. I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N.
I can stretch a greenback dollar bill from here to Kingdom Come. I can play the numbers, pay my bills, and still end up with some. You know, I got a $20 gold piece. Says there's nothing I can't do. I can make a dress out of a feedback and make a man out of you. 'Cause I am a woman.
Carly, Merle, Kim and Carly. Yes, queens. Okay, now we have the 11 o'clock number. So what has this whole evening been about? I think it's about helping women find a place to call their own. And here to sing about that is, again, one of my favorite, not just Broadway singers, really favorite singers in the world. Also, by the way, one of my favorite people ever, just the kindest person. And I can't get over the voice. Please welcome to the stage, Lillias White. Hi, Lil.
Hey, y'all. Hi, Seth.
Hello.
I love Seth Rudetsky.
I love, Lil always says yes. And she's gonna do this song that she did back in the 70s when she did the national tour, the Bus and Truck. Woo. Bus and Truck means that you travel every night on a bus to your next gig of a musical called The Wiz. Did you sleep on the bus, Lillias? You had to sleep on the bus?
I slept on the bus. It was rough. But I learned how to live, how to perform, and survive with, going from town to town, split weeks and one-nighters. You know what that means? That means on Tuesday, you're in one town. You get on the bus Wednesday morning, and you go a couple of hours to another town. And then Thursday, you may be in the same town for Thursday, Friday, but Saturday morning, you may get up and get on the bus and go to someplace else for Saturday, Sunday. One-nighters, it's just what it says, one-nighters. One night in Cleveland and one night in somewhere else.
We're New Yorkers, we don't know cities. So this to me sums up what every person wants, but specifically what every woman wants that comes to Harvest Home.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Wind that makes the tall grass bend into leaning. Suddenly the raindrops that fall, they have a meaning. Sprinkling the scene makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back there now that I've found some direction. It sure would be nice to be back home where there's love and affection. And just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow up. Time, be my friend. Let me start again. Suddenly my world's gonna change its face, but I still know where I'm going. I've had my mind spun around in space, but I've watched it growing. And oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we try to stay? Should we run away? Or would it be better just to let things be? Living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love. So it's real, real, real to me. And I've learned we must look inside our hearts to find
of love like yours, like mine, like
Lillias White.
Thank you.
Harvest Home.
Thank you, band.
Lil.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Thank you.
It sums up the night, man.
Oh my gosh. Merle, come on out. We're getting at the end of the show here.
So good.
What a night.
Yes.
Like yours, like mine, like home. What a blessing. Thank you, Lillias. My goodness.
Sarah just said we're $15,000.
Whoa.
Has been
Whoa.
raised just in the last hour and 20 minutes, which is amazing.
Oh my God.
And so we're $10,000 away from making that match. So if you haven't texted Broadway Voices to 41444, what are you waiting for? Do it now.
Let's go.
It's going to be matched. It's going to be matched.
$25,000 match.
So in addition to the folks making this challenge possible, we want to thank, of course, all the volunteers at Harvest Home, the crew, yes. The crew here at the Broad Stage, all of the talent, like we said earlier, our sponsors, all of you here today. My gosh, thank you. And those of you watching, we want to thank Lee Martino for directing. Oh my God.
Martino, back there. We see you, girl.
That's right.
Thank you to James Wesley and Seth Rudetsky for flying all the way out here. Thank you, my loves.
Wait, how about Brian on drums?
Yes.
And Jonathan on bass, sight reading. And wait, can we have our backup singers come out?
Yes.
Backup singers, can you guys just all say your name? They're all from UCLA. Guys,
on.
it has to be faster.
Right.
You're young. It's got to be faster. Okay, give everybody's name, UCLA people. Go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Trent.
Sammy.
Hi, I'm Noelle. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. And I'm Catherine.
Wait, why no last names? It's
Yes.
not a 12-step meeting. All right, only first names here.
And we want to thank David Katz for helping make the live stream
David
possible
Katz.
so people all over can watch
Our live
it. So
stream, our
thank
Stars
you.
Announced live stream.
All right,
all
Seth.
our performers, thank you for your yes. I love y'all. Thank you. Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's take it home.
Here's our finale. Okay, Rory, a 3, 4.
We start look at one another short of breath, walking proudly in our winter coats, wearing smells from laboratories, facing a dying nation of moving, facing fantasies, listening for the new told lies with supreme visions of lonely tombs.
Manchester, England, England. Manchester, England, England. Across the Atlantic Sea. And I'm a genius, genius. I believe in God. And I believe that God believes in Claude. That's me. That's me. That's me.
We start to look at one another short of breath, walking proudly in our winter coats, wearing smells of laboratories, facing a dying nation of moving paper fantasies, listening to the new dawn light with supreme visions of lonely dudes. Singing our space song and our spider web sitar, life is around you and in you. Answer for Timothy Leary, dearie.
Here we go.
Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine.
United Broadway Voices, brava! My whole band. Backup sass. UCLA. Merle Dandridge, she did everything, man. Brava, Merle and Lee.
Oh my God.
We love our Merle.
Get home safely. We love you.